Hello, my GMs. Welcome to the 2037. Hold on, I'm hearing myself. Hold on a second. I gotta mute this thing. Alright, that's better. Okay. Now, welcome to the 2037 PSHL Draft Lottery Show. It's your Commissioner Scott Schaefer. Once again, thank you to all the GMs for a successful season. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to dedicate myself to improving the league much this season or the past couple seasons. Um, couldn't add a bunch of GMs, couldn't really look too much. And not only the working two jobs thing is starting to get to me, but I've been spending all my time, as a lot of you know, on creating a new website for the league. It's something I think the league needs. There's not a lot of these kind of websites around in FHM, so I think that it's something that once it's completed will set our league apart from others. So I think it can only be a good thing. Some of the features so far that I have ready is, you guys hate the draft or the trade spreadsheets that I created. Um, I got this working for the website a little bit better, so it's going to be a little bit better streamlined process. You're not going to get to it, and have problems like some of you are having on your mobile devices and stuff now. So uh, I'm going to introduce what I have completed on the website. There's still a lot of work to do. It's stuff that I want to get functional, and then I will make changes to it, get it styled better, kind of clean up a lot of the coding. I have no coding experience, so I've just been doing everything I can to try and learn, uh, try and watch as much video as I can, read as many websites and posts and stuff. So I think I've done a pretty good job. I'm kind of amazed that I've even gotten this far, so I'm pretty excited to show you guys. So again, it's not going to really help the league. I mean, you guys, if you're at home, you could just log into the game and view this stuff, but it's going to help the outsiders get a look at our league and be able to see rosters and stuff like that. We're in 2037 now, and a lot of the real players are gone out of this game, but it'll give people an opportunity to go in and view the open teams, see the rosters and ratings and stuff, and I think it'll help out a lot. So I'm excited for that. Um, we'll probably get that trade page going real soon here. That's why I haven't opened up trading yet. I want to make sure that this page is functional and ready to go, and then we will switch over to this as soon as we open up trading. So I'm excited to show that to you. But again, a lot of you guys are waiting for the draft lottery, so we'll get right to that as well. The draft is scheduled for next Saturday. We'll be live for rounds 1 through 3, and then it'll be list draft for rounds 4 through 7. So, as usual, it will be around a noon Eastern start, but that will be finalized later in the week. But just plan ahead. Again, if you can't make the draft, make sure you export a draft rankings list in game, because you're going to want those activity points. You don't want to be auto. This is a deep draft, and as we've seen in the past, in deep drafts, if you're not autoed a player that's not where they should be in the draft rankings, it's going to hurt your team. So, and we have several open teams that are going to be autoed as it is, so you don't want to be one of those. You want to be able to take advantage of having that draft pick and at least creating a list for it. So I haven't seen any posts in the Twitch chat that I'm having any issues with my mic or anything this time, so I'm going to assume it's good to go, and we're going to get right to the draft, or the draft lottery, not to the draft. Again, the Arizona Coyotes were the worst team in the league, so they have the best chance at number 1 overall pick, except for they don't own their pick. The Los Angeles Kings do. So the Kings actually have the best chance at the first overall pick. If you haven't noticed yet, we added a new GM for the Chicago Blackhawks, a new old GM. Max is back in the league. He is the new Blackhawks GM. He will have the third best chance at getting the first overall pick. I know that everyone's going to love that if they're able to jump up from 3 to 1. And those pesky San Jose Sharks own the Columbus Blue Jackets pick. They have the 5th best odds, trying to go back to back with first overall picks, drafting Colton Reed last season. So let's get to it here. I will reveal each one from 18, I guess, is the lottery teams, 18 to 1. Okay, so here we go. I think I got to skip ahead because I think all the non-lottery teams are going to slot in. in their normal places. Let's see, we get 18. Yeah, we'll get to 18. Alright, so now we will reveal the 18th overall pick in the draft. This is now the teams that all missed the playoffs, or they own picks of teams that missed the playoffs, so they'll be part of this lottery. Again, the lottery only decides the number 1 and number 2 picks overall. Everything else will slot in based on standings. And I think also that if you win the lottery, the most you can move up is 10 slots. So, for instance, the 18th team would be the Montreal Canadiens. If they were to win this lottery here, they would only jump up 10 spots to number 8. So, let's reveal. So, 18th pick in the 2037 draft belongs to the Montreal Canadiens. So, the Canadiens retain that 18th pick overall in the 2037 draft. With the 17th overall pick in the 2037 draft, the pick belongs to the Buffalo Sabres. This is my pick that I own. I own another pick that is 30th or 32nd overall. So this is the pick that I own myself, 17th overall. The 16th overall pick in the 2037 PSHL draft belongs to the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights retain their 16th pick overall in the draft. With the 15th pick in the 2037 draft, geez, I just noticed my age is 66 in game. Jeez, man. All right, the 15th pick overall in the 2037 draft belongs to the Nashville Predators. So the Predators remain in that 15th slot, so no movement yet in the 2037 draft lottery. With the 14th pick in the 2037 draft, this pick belongs to the Milwaukee Loggers. So the Loggers will retain that 14th pick in the 2037 draft. With the 13th pick in the 2037 draft, this pick will belong to Seattle Kraken. So the Kraken also slot in at their original slot of 13th overall. With the 12th pick overall in the 2037 draft, this pick belongs to the Washington Capitals. Capitals also retaining that 12th overall pick. So no movement so far in the draft lottery. The 11th pick overall in the 2037 PSHL draft. This pick belongs to Milwaukee Loggers. Again, this should be the pick that they own from the San Jose Sharks. So the Loggers will draft 11th and 14th in the 2037 PSHL draft. So now we're into that range that if one of these teams wins the lottery, they will jump up to that number 1 overall pick. As most of you know, preparing for this draft, there doesn't seem to be a clear-cut number 1. There's some good players to take with that number 1 pick, but no Colton Reeds or anything like that. There's some really good defensemen that would be nice corner pieces to build around. So it's still luxury to get that number 1 pick, but there's no generational player in this draft. So with the 10th pick overall in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick belongs to Seattle Kraken. So this should be, this may be a sign of some movement here, because according to my spreadsheet, I have the Kraken as 9th pick, the Islanders at 10th pick. So unless my spreadsheet is off a little bit, I mean, I don't want to get anyone excited, but the Islanders may have moved up. With the 9th pick overall in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick belongs to Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Maple Leafs, this should be the pick for the Allen from Pittsburgh. So the Maple Leafs drop down a slot from number 8 to number 9, which looks a little more clear that the Islanders may have jumped into one of those top 2 slots. With the 8th pick overall in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick belongs to Carolina Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes, who were slotted in at 7th, drop 1 to number 8th overall. With the 7th pick in the 2037 PSHL draft, This pick belongs to Boston Bruins. So the Bruins, who were slotted in at 6, will now draft 7th. So as you see from the teams on the side there, we still have the Islanders left, who looks like they jumped into one of those top 2 slots. We have the Dallas Stars, who had the second best odds to win the number 1 overall pick. Chicago Blackhawks are still there. We had the 3rd best. Sharks, who had the 5th best odds. The Kings with the 1st best, and Quebec with the 4th best are all still remaining. So just looks like, as of right now, the Islanders have jumped into one of those top 2 slots. With the 6th pick overall in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick will belong to San Jose Sharks. The Sharks do not get lucky and win that 1st overall pick again. This should be the pick that they acquire from the Blue Jackets. So the Sharks will draft 6th in the 2037 PSHL draft. With the 5th overall pick in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick will belong to Quebec Nordiques. So the Nordiques, who were slotted in at 4th, will now draft 5th in the 2037 PSHL draft. So you see the 4 teams remaining on the side there. The Islanders will draft 1 or 2. And then the Stars, Blackhawks, and Kings are also battling for the opportunity to win one of those top 2 picks. With the 4th pick in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick belongs to the Dallas Stars. So the Stars, who were 2nd, have dropped to 4th, meaning the Chicago Blackhawks have jumped into one of those top 2 slots. So let me just make sure my math is correct. It looks like the Blackhawks and the Islanders jump into those top 2 slots. So what we were all fearing may come true. It looks like the Blackhawks are going to be moving up in this draft. They moved up there. We're at 3 coming in. It looks like they've jumped into one of those top 2 slots. With the 3rd pick in the 2037 PSHL draft, this pick should be the Kings, if my math is correct. So the Kings drop from the best chances to win the 1st overall pick to the 3rd overall pick in the 2037 draft, which means that New York Islanders and Chicago Blackhawks have won the opportunity to draft 1 or 2. Moving up, Blackhawks can move 1 to 2 slots. Islanders are moving up from 10 to either 1 or 2. So congratulations to those 2 teams. Nice little bonus for Max joining the league. Looks like he's going to have a top 2 pick at least here. So with the, I'm just going to hit the show all button because there's no suspense if I reveal the 2nd pick. So we're going to just reveal who wins the top pick in the 2037 PSHL draft. The New York Islanders. Congratulations to the New York Islanders. It's been a struggle trying to rebuild that team, but having the 1st overall pick, jumping up from 10 to 1, is going to be a huge opportunity for them to get a player to build around. It looks like Rasmus Alanin has already been placed back on the trade block, so his days in New York may be numbered, but maybe winning this 1st overall pick, going to make some minds change in New York. Maybe James is going to think about building around this number 1 overall pick and still trying to build a team that could compete now, or you just blow it up, take that number 1 pick, build around it for the future. So congratulations to the Islanders. Congratulations to the Blackhawks moving up from 3 to 2. Probably not much in the grand scheme of things with the players that are available at the top of the draft, but hey, nice little bonus to join the league and then be moved up in that 2nd slot. So save this game real quick so it doesn't crash on me and we lose all the results, and then I will advance 1 day in game, but I don't need to show that. So while this is saving, let's go ahead and share what I've got done with this website so far. We're going to jump right in to the standings page. So this is updated, or not updated actually. This is an export that I did late in the season. I just kept using the same files for testing purposes. Okay, so here is my new standings page. Again, I'm gonna style this a little bit different. Font sizes right now are a little small. I'm on a big monitor, but things are going to be different. When you guys view it on a small monitor, I'll still have to try and figure out a way to style this so it's viewed on mobile devices better. But this is what I got so far. And again, I'm trying to make this look and feel a lot like FHM10 in game. So I'm using a lot of the same fonts and colors that you already see in FHM10. So we got this previous standings all set up. Each one of these now links to the roster page. I have that fixed and working. So let's just go ahead and we're going to click on this. Where is San Jose Sharks? So we'll click on the Sharks here, just so we can see Colton Reed. My roster page loads a little bit slow right now. I think I got a lot of SQL queries going on. So again, at some point, once this is working, I will go in and try and clean this up a little bit. But here's the roster page. So I just added the page that will add colors now to match the team colors. So we got that working. We have the forwards grouped together here. Don't worry about this cap hit thing. I still got to fix this. I got the salaries on the left, but I got to get the cap hit working right. Right now I just got to call them. So again, I want feedback on this thing. If you guys think there's any other stuff that should be added to a roster page, let me know. I think I got the good vitals there. Eventually I want to get country flags showing instead of country names. So we got the forwards grouped with the defensemen below and the goaltenders. And we got the AHL roster below. I think the cap hit and salary doesn't need to be included with the AHL roster. So we just have ages, height, weight, and country for them. And then we have the unsigned players down below. And again, all these links, so we'll just go ahead and go up to Colton Reed. Click on him, and again, I have a lot of editing to do on this. I just worked on this today to get it going, but at least I got the header part working right. Got the stars showing up, logos and stuff. So again, on this page, I tend to have ratings, basically how FHM10 is with the slider bars and everything grouped into certain categories, and then also have the stats, season stats, and career stats also available on the player page. So something that's going to take a lot of work to build, but once it's built, it's pretty streamlined. It just automatically updates based on the player you click on. So got Colton Reed here. If you go hit the back menu, we'll check out Edine here. Got the player images showing up too from in-game. I know that probably a lot of you guys don't have the actual player images that I use in-game. A lot of these guys I edit to make them look like how I want them to look in-game. So it's good to now view their player images on the website. Wegmuller here, former Sabre draft pick. So it's got all their specs on there, all their vitals and stuff, their salary. It's got the amount of the salary years left on their contract. I'm going to add another feature that will actually show if they've signed an extension or not. So we got all that working. Former Sabres, Alaska here. Hey, he's still 4-star potential. That's pretty cool. 31. So we'll click on some Barracuda players here. Barracuda. Kind of, if they don't have an image available, I don't know why this guy wouldn't have an image available, but it shows up with the default image there. I mean, a lot of this might just update in game when I click on them. So we got Thor here, so former Sabre draft pick again. So let's just click on another team here. Let's go look at our boy Robert Hallberg. What the heck? Welsh. Alright. We got Millicent here. Why is it... What the heck? No. Never translate Welsh. Got future Sabre Hallberg there. Vavaru Shaheen there. So we got that page. Everything's working pretty good on these pages. I don't have a whole lot to clean up on these. Again, I'm going to add stuff to this as needed, but they're functioning the way it's supposed to. So the big thing is the PSHL trade tool. So this is what, and I don't want to go there. Trade tool. Alright, so this is where you're going to go. This is the link that will be sent out to everybody. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to select your team here. It's a drop down menu. Let's select the Sabres here. And then we got to make sure we're selecting the opposing team here. So let's just go ahead and pick the Devils here. Alright, so once you got the two teams in the drop down, you hit the select button. It's going to take you to the roster screen, okay? So now we got both teams rosters. We got all the contracted players listed. And then we got the unsigned prospects below. And then we got all the draft picks that they own underneath. So what you need to do is you still need to make sure that you're keeping it to a minimum or maximum of 5 assets per team. But these are just check boxes. So you go through and you check box the guys that you want to be trading here. So you're going to go through, pick up to 5 assets. I click Zeko, but he's not going anywhere. So that would make a whole lot of sense. So I'll pick a prospect here, and I'll pick a draft pick. All right, let's go through the Devils. Let's find our boy Nick Falk here, and then we'll pick Barrett just because of the love affair going on with Barrett. And let's pick a draft pick as well. So once you go through and you check out everything that's getting traded, you're going to go scroll up and you're going to hit the submit trade button. This will now take you to your confirmation screen. So you got to check over everything, make sure everything is correct before you submit it. So Sabres are trading those assets. Again, for the prospects, it shows that it's their rights. So it says the rights to Vassilenko, the rights to Barrett. It's got the draft pick. Everything looks good. We submit the trade. And we get a message saying your trade has been successfully submitted to the commissioner's office for approval. So once this happens, we got to figure out the best way to do this still. You message me. I mean, I got to get some kind of notification that a trade has been submitted. And we need to also make sure that the other GM involved is aware that a trade is submitted. And we have to make sure that they are confirming the trade. So that's all got to be cleaned up first. So what I'm going to do, once I get this message, I'm going to go into the back end here, into the database, and I'm going to go to trades. I'm going to see this new trade that's been posted here, and the approval does not show 1. So once it shows null still, that means I haven't approved it yet. So I got to go in. I will change that to 1. Okay, so once that's been approved, now we're going to go to the trade.php trade or screen. That's not right. This is the screen I want to be on. Trades.php. Okay, so this will be linked, on the front page of the website. This is now going to show all the approved trades. And once the trade's been approved, it's going to move on to this website. Look real clean with the logo. I know some people have been complaining about how they're posted in the chat. To show the players that I acquired, Falk, Barrett, and the first round pick, and the players that the Devils acquired in the deal, along with the date and time, Eastern Standard Time, that this trade was submitted at 5:29 p.m. So that's all the stuff. And then from here too, I'm gonna make it so we can click on players and stuff from here too. But I could also click on the team from here, get taken back to the roster page. Oop, that didn't work. So I'll have to clean that up too. So just took me to the default Canadians page. So again, still a lot of cleaning up to do. Still a lot of stuff where I'm going to be searching around and find some issues like this, and I'll have to fix those at the time. A lot of research is involved in this. I'm spending, like I said, every single spare minute of my time working on this website to get it cleaned up and working for you guys as quickly as possible. So, all right. So thanks again for being part of this draft show, the draft lottery show. Again, congratulations to the Islanders moving up to the first overall pick. And again, give me some feedback on this website, and we'll get it going and working and functional for you GMs to use. So Have a good day and good luck this upcoming season in PSHL.